Hi everybody, welcome back. In this video we're going to continue with this section over here. The last one I left off on was, pretty sure it was this cube map. So we're going to go to UI Toolkit. So if we go to this editor window, we get this little editor window which helps us create three assets. A C# file, a UXML file, and a USS file. Now you can open these files in editor once they are created, or you could just create them. So we're just gonna name this tutorial UI toolkit, and we're just gonna confirm it or hit enter, and it's gonna save it. Go back, and as you can see, it created three assets right here: the C# one, the UXML one, and the USS one. Now let it compile. Now we get this right here. This little, I'll put it right here. This little toolbar right here, or this editor. Now if we go to each of these right here, let's go first to the. Let's go to this one first, and we'll double click it. We get this right here. Now, if you see hello world from UXML, this is this right here. So you can actually change this. So if I put change and I save it and I go back to my project, let it compile. Now for this to actually compile, you have to actually close the tab. And if you want to bring the tab back, go to Windows, UI Toolkit, and this is the tutorial UI toolkit that we made. So click it, and as you can see, it changed. So now let's open up this one. Now this one is going to change the actual font size and stuff like that. This is how you style your text, and the text you are styling is this hello world with style. So let's say I want to change it to, let's say we want to do 28, and then we want to leave it at bold, and we're going to change these numbers around. I'm not sure what color we're going to get, honestly, and we'll just save it, go back, and as you can see, the font changed, the color changed, the font size changed, the color changed, and yeah, everything's working. So now we're going to go to this C# one, and the C# one, we could see a couple things. First of all, we could see all these using libraries, so all these libraries that they're going to use. We could see that they're using an editor window, and we could see this menu item. So for those who don't know what a menu item is, it just creates an item in this menu up here. So what you could do is, let me put tool right here and then go back. Now what's going to happen, it's going to create this tool right here. See, it created that little tool sub menu, and now we have this UI toolkit, tutorial toolkit. So as you can see, UI toolkit, tutorial toolkit. So you don't have to have this middle part right here, and you can have multiple sub menus as long as you keep adding that slash. I think it's a /. Yeah, so now it's right away right here. Now we'll go back to the C# script, and we can see tutorial UI toolkit. That's pretty much the name of our tab. So we're gonna name this name of tab and save it. Go back, and I think I've gotta close this tab so we can compile. So yeah, I'm gonna close this tab, go to tool, and then tutorial UI, and as you can see, it says name of tab. And then we go back one last time, and we can see hello world from C#, put change. We're gonna put changed this time, and you could also look at these scripts and see how they're doing all this. So maybe in another video I'll break down that script or something. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But anyways, as you can see, it changed. And yeah, that's pretty much it for these. These are just an easy way to make these editors real quick. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to create UI toolkit. We done custom font. I tried figuring this out, but I was not able to figure this out. I know you do have to add a material. I tried adding a material, and I even tried adding a material that used UI materials. So I went here, I went to UI, and I chose all these, and none of them worked. So if you guys do know how that works, please leave a comment below so other viewers can see how that works, and we can help each other out. Now there's GUI skin. GUI skin is something old that Unity used to use that pretty much the canvas and everything else in the UI system replaced. But you can still use it. All you would have to do is click GUI skin, and it gives you this new GUI skin, and then you could change your font, and you could change pretty much everything else. So the button, the box, the label, the text field, everything that you would have been able to use pretty much on this GUI skin. Now I made a simple script over here. Let me close all these, and this simple script is right here. So all I did was I got a variable that is a GUI skin. I named the variable GUI skin, and then I called from the GUI class. So what that would be is pretty much like this. This is a class. So Unity made this script or code called GUI, and it has a function or a variable called skin, and it is pretty much just sets the skin of the GUI. And this is going to be the one that we set. So the GUI skin we set, we're going to make it equal to that. And this is the label. So this is just like a title. This is a box, pretty much a square, just a little box. And it has, you know, the word a box in it. This label has the word text or hello world in it. And then this is how they used to make a button. So you would make a GUI button. The new rect, it's pretty much positioning it on the screen, and this is pretty much a guessing game until you could figure out what all these values pretty much were. And then we're just gonna name that button a button, and if the button is pressed, we're just gonna debug.log, so warn, give a little alert to the console. So now we'll go back, we'll add it to this game object, remove all this stuff, and then we have the GUI skin. So we'll just put it in here, and when we hit play, so you might not be able to see it right now, but there is some GUI over here. Now, like I said, this is the old way of making, you know, your text. This is not how you do it anymore. Usually you would make a canvas. The canvas had game objects, which were text, you know, buttons, stuff like that. But this is, you know, an old school way that is still possible to do if you would like to. So for the label, since we have a label, we're going to change the font size. We're going to increase it. And then we're going to also change the fixed width. Also the offset a bit. We'll change this fixed width. Let's lower this font size a bit. But yeah, you pretty much would you would change it with this. And as you can see, there's our text with the hello world. And then we got our button right here. So if we click our button has been pressed. Go to the console and we click it again. We can see it keeps getting pressed. Keeps adding right here. So yeah, that's pretty much how they would do it back then. So we have a button here too. We would, you know, change the button size and everything. We could change the color so when it gets hovered over, so you can see the text changes. But yeah, like I said, this is old school. I would not recommend doing it. It seems pretty difficult. I never really used this because, like I said, it just seems like a pain. But if you guys prefer that, then by all means. Let me check how much time we got. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here, but in the future videos I'm gonna keep covering the rest of these: physics material, signal, timeline, and everything else. So, you know, just stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button if you like the videos. Hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this. Hit that bell notification, that way you could get notified as soon as a video like this it's posted. And once again, thank you guys.